All right, so here's a really interesting question. Does backweighting your driver help you to increase your swing speed or get more distance? And I've had this same thought myself. I've tested it myself years ago, and I've seen other studies done on this, and there's a really clear conclusion of whether or not this adds speed or not. But let's talk about it a little bit. Now, I don't want you to miss out this year. I have a ton of great videos coming for you, and the only way you're going to be notified when those get released is by clicking that subscribe button right below. So go ahead and punch that right now. Click the thumbs up. That really helps us out, and post your comment below. I'd love to hear from you. So what does that mean? What is backweighting your driver? Or what is backweighting any of your clubs? We may have heard back in the day, Jack Nicklaus would put a couple of pennies on the end of his club. So basically, before he puts the grip on, you put tape that holds the grip on, and at the end he would put a couple pennies to add a little bit of weight to the butt end of the club. Now the idea, not saying that this is the reason Jack Nicklaus is doing it, but the idea is that if I add some weight to the very tip butt end of my club, that's going to be on the other side of my hand. So if I'm holding this club, this is on the opposite end of my hands, and now with it back weighted like this, it essentially makes the head lighter, and now I should be able to swing this club faster coming through the ball because I've essentially made a little bit of, I don't want to say the word leverage, but I've kind of made it easier to make the head rotate like that. That's the idea. Well, if that was the case, I think we'd backweight all of our drivers. They'd all come backweighted, right? Because that'd make you swing a little bit faster. And the reason that this doesn't quite work is that the center of rotation, if you think about, if I was swinging the club like a grandfather clock and the butt end, well, let's actually say where the end of my hands here is the center of rotation. Now you'd see how the butt end would kind of be acting as an opposing weight and making this head lighter, easier to whip on through there. So that would be the case, or it could be the case. You could argue that maybe it could even be the case if the club was moving like this. So basically the weight was on the opposite end of the center of rotation. But when I'm swinging a golf club though, that's not exactly how it happens. When I'm moving this club through contact, it's gradually swinging like this. It's not going like this as I'm hitting where my hands aren't moving and the club's going. It's gradually moving through the ball. So even though the club shaft is releasing, it's releasing more gradual that, whereas the center of rotation where this club would be moving would be somewhere even here behind my body. So you'd see that this club would really not be rotating where a back weight would help on that. So that's kind of one of the points to where this back weighting idea really isn't going to work. The second point is, well, it makes my driver feel lighter. So now if I back weight it, let's imagine you put a 10-pound weight on the back of the driver here. When you swing this, your club head's going to feel like a feather because you have all this weight on the opposing end. So even though it feels lighter, that doesn't mean it moves faster. And the way that I would think of it for you is whenever you're adding weight to the grip end, you're essentially slowing down how fast the hands can move and accelerate. So if I'm swinging down, if I had a 10-pound weight here under the handle or on the back of the handle or whatever, it's harder for me to move this club, and it's slowing down my hands. The club head will feel very light. It will give the illusion that I could swing the club faster, but it wouldn't actually swing faster. Now, one thing that actually can help you, sort of related to this, is how long your club is. I like to play my club about an extra inch longer, and that extra length does help you when you swing to add a little bit more speed. For some players, they get a little bit more wild when they're doing this. If you're a fairly accurate player, I think you'll really like it. If you're a little wild already, maybe you want to stick with the normal length driver. So here, let's go ahead and swing my driver. I'm going to go ahead and hit one, and then I'm going to choke up on it and hit another one. So let's go ahead and hit the first one here. There we go, hit it nice and hard. We'll see the swing speed here in a second. And we'll see there, the swing speed on that one was 119.9. And then to kind of illustrate how this changes, I'm gonna go ahead and choke up on the club to make the club essentially shorter in my hands, use this extra 3 or 4 inches there, and I'm gonna try to make the same speed or the same effort swing, and let's see what happens to the club head speed. I guess didn't hit it quite as solid, but I felt like I swung really hard, but I don't think it's gonna get as fast. So almost 120 on the first one. The second one was 114, so I lost about 5 miles an hour by choking up on this club. So backweighting your driver doesn't really help you to gain swing speed. Even though it feels lighter, feels faster, it's not really gonna happen. If you lengthen your club, it is gonna help you to swing a little faster and hit it farther. Now, related to this too is, should I slow down when I'm swinging to drive farther? So is it better to make a controlled smooth swing, and maybe it is better to swing 114 versus 119. Or maybe it's better to swing, for normal swing speed players, 90 versus 95. Take a little bit off of it, swing smooth, make better contact, and have that ball go a little bit farther. Well, I have a great video that's actually going to discuss this for you. Let's find out if swinging slow and smooth is better or worse for your game. All you need to do is go ahead, click on the video, check it out. I think you're really going to enjoy it.